Good afternoon, this is Melissa with the Stock Swoosh, and I am here today to discuss with you a market review for Friday, December 7th. Boy, what a week. What a week for the market. If you were trying to play anything at all in the market, that you needed the market on your side, you had a tough week, okay? Because the market was a tough read this week, except for one day, which was right here. We triggered on the daily sell setup. And even if you played that day, you better have gotten out of your shorts before this bounce up, because we closed strong into the end of the day on the 4th, okay, which was Tuesday. So, you know, this was the only day that after we broke under the low here on Monday, I said, if we break under this low, we're doing a trigger on a daily sell setup, we're lower. But then we bounced into the close, hard into the close. And I'll go back and look at that in a 15-minute chart. Then we had the nice follow through here the next day. That was an easy read too. But I was thinking we'd retest down here, 64.25 then on Thursday. We didn't do it. Instead, we came in a dinky little amount and we held the low of the bar from the previous day was Wednesday. So that was bullish. And what did the market do? It bounced up. And I said we're going to bounce up and rally into resistance, which again we'll look at on a 15-minute. But here you can see it on the daily. This is a resistance area that we bounced up to. Now, what happened then? Friday morning we get up. There's economic data this morning at 8:30. It was positive, better than expected unemployment numbers. And guess what happened? Well, the market opened and gapped into a daily buy setup, triggered 1 penny over the previous bar, but went up to 65.48. Okay, we opened at 64.71, but we triggered into the buy setup, and the market should have, okay, I'm talking based on technical indicators, should have rallied up and held the buy setup on the day and rallied at least up to here today and been green. We didn't do it. We gapped up into the buy setup and fell immediately. That, and on good data, that is not what the bulls want to see, okay? That is not bullish. And then after a certain point in the day, it's starting to be 10 o'clock, we're still showing red. We didn't hold in a 15-minute support. I said, you know what? We're going to end as a red day today now. This is very bearish looking now because of the way that we failed in the daily buy. Came in, if the gap up had been high, okay, even here, we gapped up to $66 even, and came in red on the day into the buy setup trigger. I could understand that and say, yes, okay, fine. We gapped up a little bit too much, so we decided to come in first down here and hold and do something like that. Come down here and then we've been red on the day, but in that position where the candle was up here on the open. That's not what happened. We barely gapped up. We barely gapped up here and came in immediately. That is not something that is bearish. Okay, there's no two ways about it. This is not an extended gap up, and yet we fell immediately. And it was a buy setup, and we're doing it red. A buy setup is not valid unless it triggers and holds the green and ends the candle on the close of green on the day. If it's red, it invalidates the buy setup as being valid. In other words, it's not valid. So this is not a valid entry for people to start going long on the daily chart if they want to. It invalidates the whole thing that happened today. This is sloppy chop. Okay, we triggered on a buy setup, but went red in the candle on the day. We've been having a hard time pulling up to any resistance area above this, which was barely anything. I mean, we fell so hard here, you had to expect a bounce. We got it, but it was kind of like, this is not a crazy bounce. We only have 1, 2, 3 green bars in the day, and really only 2 sizable ones, these guys. In a span of just, a week and a half, 2 weeks, where we should have had a decent rally back, only into resistance anyways, okay? Only into resistance anyways after this kind of drop. So the market, the market is weak. It's heavy. People are selling out of stuff into the end of the year. And I don't know how we're going to end this year now. At this point now, it's good to be a day trader because you read it as it comes. That's all you can do. You read it as it comes. The market is making some unexpected turns here, and you read it in the real time. And that's what I'm doing in my trading room. Real time, how did I read this the other day? Let's go over here and see this before today. I said when we broke that base, if we we broke that base, which I was surprised we did. I didn't think we were going to, but I said if we do, we're triggering a daily sell setup. We're clearly down, so we broke it in here in the beginning of the day. This was the other day. This is on the 5th. Okay, this was Wednesday. We broke it, fell, and then this is when we rallied up into the close, and it ended with that tail with the tiny green, tiny red head. Then we just wiggled around here into the close. Then what happened, we came in here. Down here was where we opened on Thursday and immediately rallied up. So we went down, retested this bottom, 64.55, 64.53. I thought we were going to retest 64.25. We didn't do it. Retested this bottom here, boom, and then bounced all the way up here. And I said we're going to bounce up here into the resistance area right here and hold. I knew we weren't going to get over this the other day, so I made a great call on that. And we bounced up until 11:30 reversal time. Came in, tried to retest this area here, came in, tried to retest this area here, and closed on the day. Then today, where we gapped, where we gapped up here, we really should have rallied higher, but we didn't. We just didn't do it. We absolutely didn't do it. And as you can see, really, we gapped to another resistance area, which was here, but this doesn't look like a strong one. I mean, this doesn't look crazy, crazy strong. I did not think we should fall into this resistance area. This actually made this resistance area stronger today because of the gap. The stuff that was over here to open there and fall, boom. It was like making it stronger, like it actually is something now. You know, overall, the chart has been going up for some time, and I thought we would retest this area back up here before the end of the year. I don't think it's going to happen now. We got 3 more weeks left to the end of the year. Anything's possible, okay? But the way the market has been so heavy, every time it gaps up, it comes in. Even on a tiny gap up, it's coming in. The market is heavy. You know, the market is heavy. I think we do come back down here to the 64.25 area sometime next week. We may hold it and then turn around back up again and try to come over this area again. Try. And if we can, we might lift up. But then again, we might not. We might come down here. We might fall into this week. We might fall into this week. And if we fall back here again, I have to tell you, if we don't hold the bottom of this bullish gap, this green candle here, which is 62.96, 63, remember these are areas, particularly in the market. You know, it's very rare to have an exact number, but occasionally you will have an exact number of something. Not all the time, but occasionally you do. But the point is, if we get anywhere under this bullish gap here in this green bar, this is nothing here. There's nothing holding us on here. Say goodbye to the longs and boop. This tail is not any kind of support. I know it's a bottoming tail with a green body, but it's basically nothing. Okay? So cautious into the end of the year. Cautious as day trader. Cautious as any trader. Any trader right now, caution. The market is showing its heaviness. I know it technical analysis triggered on a daily buy setup today, but this is muckety muck, okay? And it's also invalidated by the fact that a trader read on the day, because that is not what you want to see to start going long things on a daily chart, and it doesn't look good, okay? So this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com. If you're interested in possibly getting information and joining my trading room, please feel free to call me or email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. I'd love to hear from you. Or if you're interested in learning how to trade gaps or read charts from me, if you're interested in learning more about technical analysis, please feel free to email me about that as well at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thank you and have a good night.